Hi guys, welcome back. I am here and figure we will just do maybe like a mask make or something today. I did go to the doctor yesterday when I got done with the video, and I do in fact have a massive kidney infection, but I'm on antibiotics and they think they can keep me out of the hospital this time, so that's my prayer. The last one I had one this bad, I ended up in the hospital for a week and ended up with sepsis, and yeah, but it's my fault because I always wait for the last minute, but you know, that's how I am. So I am just working with a couple of new kits that's in my shop. This one is the Field Notes labels, and I took these directly from and y'all look how red my hands are. It is so cold out here, and I just had to go take the horses out of the paddock. I just had to go do a bunch of stuff outside. I had to turn water on, get the horses out of the paddock, get dogs inside. So I'm like freezing. But anyway, this is my vintage Field Notes collection. And then this is the Annuals T-card collection. So let me show you the Field Notes kit. So this is the Field Notes kit, and like I said, these were taken directly from some Field Note journals. These labels here, I didn't do anything at all to them. I left them exactly like they were. So like you'll see that some of them, you know, the paint is or the color doesn't go all the way around. Some of them have little spots missing. I think there's even one, maybe, I think I might have, no, I didn't include it. There was one that somebody had X through it. So it is 3 pages of Field Notes labels. And I want to say it's over 90 labels. I may be wrong, but I really think it was over 90. So I think I had 117, and I think I narrowed it down to 90 or 90 plus. So that's in my shop now, and I will put a link in the description box below. And then the other thing that I was using, let me grab them, and I've already I've cut one out of it. This is my Annuals T-cards. So these are the annual flowers, and so I think it is 48 of the these T cards, and they are just so pretty. I love, 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 love these. So this is the Annuals T cards set, and I have a few more sets that I'm working on. But I've just been, I don't know, I've been under the weather, so I've not really done much. This is not in my shop yet. This is still a work in progress, but it will be the lace doilies, but in all different colors and styles. So I'm working with that. And then the other thing that is not in my shop yet that is in the works is you see this little strip right here. These are scans of some vintage ribbons. So I've got some of them scanned in. I still need to scan a lot more in. So I'm just trying to see the best size or whatever. I'm thinking I may do it like I done these pages here, because it was 2 pages that I done like this. And then I took those 2 pages and I put them onto 1 page. So you have the larger ones and the smaller ones. So I don't know, that's in the works too. So you guys know I'm always working on something. So tags are one thing that we always need, or I know that I always need in my journals. So that's why I figured I would do some of those today. And I really didn't feel like doing anything that was like overly where I had to think too much. And even this required a little too much thinking for me. But anyway, I figure that's what we'll do. We'll just work with that. I do not know what size these are. These look to be about maybe 2.25, 2.25 inches, probably about 5 inches. And I have a tag corner chomper, but it's in the other room and I just didn't feel like going to get it. So I'm just using this tag as my guide and to trim my corners. And I will ink it up. And so I like to do, and I'm probably, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do it the way that I normally, if I were doing this without filming, I will show you how I do my tags and stuff. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut all of the corners off of the tags that I plan on doing. And I'm maybe only do about 5 of them or so, because like I said, the antibiotics are definitely helping. They were concerned that that it wasn't going to respond to the antibiotics because of my history with my kidneys being so messed up. So today was the day that, because it's actually been 2 days since I filmed the last video, even though y'all saw it yesterday. I filmed it and then I went to the doctor and I was so sick yesterday, which that's the one thing about filming ahead is it messes me up. But so I filmed yesterday's video on Wednesday. So Thursday I did not record a video, and that would have been the one that you guys would be seeing today. But I was sick. I stayed in bed. And so today it is actually Friday. And today was the day that they were going to make the decision whether I needed to be put in the hospital or not. Based on whether or not the infection was responding to the antibiotics. And right now it is responding. So I don't have to be put in the hospital, which I'm very thankful for. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I knew about a week ago that it was starting, and I just get, I don't know, I'm one of those out of sight, out of mind. I'm thinking, okay, if I don't think about it, it'll just go away. That was my thought process, which was wrong, but still, I still do it every time. So all I'm doing is I do want to ink up my edges on these. And this is just some craft colored paper. It's not a real thick cardstock, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. If I want to, I could back it. And I might, you know, before I put them in a journal, if I see that I want it as a thicker tag, I will put something on the back. So I'm not decorating the back or anything, because I can do that when I go to put it in my journal. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm just worrying about the front right now. And so you guys know that when I make stuff, I really do like to do like a mass make or assembly line, because for me it just saves time, and I am all about saving time. And so I'm actually going to probably make all of them the exact same way. And that's the other thing that I like to do is, you know, if I'm making a tag or something, I like to do a bunch of the same kind. And it helps. It helps get them made. So I'm just going to ink up my little ribbons here. This is some of the scans of that vintage, I think it was the jacquard, and I've got so much more that needs to be scanned in. You know, my mother-in-law left me a lot of stuff, and I'm steady going through it and trying to get stuff uploaded as I can. But, you know, between everything that's happened with the family lately and all, I'm running behind on a lot of stuff. And so I'm just, you know, I'll get them scanned as I can and upload them and get them in the shop as I can, because I do have so much more to scan and get put in there. But they'll eventually get in there. Eventually. You know, just don't know when. And I don't even know how many I cut, so I'm just going to go ahead and do all of these. And I may have to cut some more labels. I know I have to cut the trading cards or T-cards because I didn't cut any more of those out yet. But I hope all of you guys are doing okay, especially with this weather. I know here in North Florida, we are not going to get above freezing, I don't think, for the next 4 or 5 days, I believe they said, which is insane. I thought I lived in Florida, and I know I was texting my buddy Chelle today. She lives in Colorado, and it's warmer in Colorado than it is here. Hello, something's wrong there. Whew. And guys, y'all know that us Floridians, we are not used to this. Like, I don't even know. I think I own closed-toed shoes somewhere. I mean, I think I own tennis shoes and stuff. But, you know, I normally I wear sandals all year round pretty much. So, which is probably why my feet are freezing right now, because I just went out there in 20-something degree weather to do the horses, which I know I should not be wearing flip-flops out at the horses anyway. But I had my flip-flops on when I went to do all that stuff. So, I don't know. I can't handle cold. And I was telling Chelle that there'll be some iguanas falling out of the trees this week. My daughters live in Okeechobee. 2 of them do. And, you know, there's iguanas all down in there. And when it gets cold like this, and y'all would probably see it on the news, I imagine, the iguanas, they go like into a hibernation type thing, and they'll just fall out of the trees. So there'll be iguanas everywhere. It's craziness. Trying to make sure all the plants and people and pets and pipes and whatever the other P's are that you're supposed to do, and so it's just going to be a fun week, which thankfully I don't go back to work until Monday, which if it's still cold Monday, I will be calling my boss and saying, hey, can I telework again? That's why I was teleworking this last week. I told her, I said, I don't have any reason. I'm just too cold. I don't want to go out of the house. She said, that's fine. So I'm liable to be teleworking this week if it's still going to be that cold. Oh my God. Y'all, I can't handle it. All right, so I've got my cards cut out, and I need to ink them up. But I'm going to go ahead and cut out some more of my labels before I do any more inking. I didn't bring my garbage can over here. Let me see, how many labels do I have cut out? I've got 4, yeah. I'll cut a couple more out, just to make sure I have enough, because I don't want to have to go back and cut more. I'm just going to cut this little strip out right here. And some of the labels are blank, and like I said, I just left them. I left them exactly how they were on the field notebooks, because I think they are, I love looking at them. And I love to read the field notebooks. There's not a lot that, of the ones that I have, there's not a lot that you would probably be able to use in a junk journal. I mean, it would be like background pages, you know, but there's not a lot of the illustrations or anything like that. In fact, there's very few. And that's why I have not scanned any of those in. Oh, I did put the one in here with the X. I don't know if you guys can see. Somebody crossed it out. And I left it. I just left it just like it was. I love these little labels. And like I said, I just left them like they are. And I can make some faux vintage labels, and they're cute. I love them. But nothing makes up for the real ones like this. I mean, these are just adorable. Okay, so I got those cut. Let me put this in the trash. And let's ink this up real quick so that we can get on with our little program here. Now, some of these I might corner round because it looks like the corners were rounded on it. So I think I do want to round the corners on those. Let me go ahead and do that before I start inking. Is there any more? Yep, this one has a corner rounded. And let's see. Those are good. Those look good. Okay, so I think that's good for now. Well, that's fine. I've already inked it. I'm not stressing over it. It's going to say that one needed the corners rounded, but I've already inked it, so you really can't tell. And we're going to leave it. So I'm just going to ink it up just a little bit, just so that there's no like white edges showing. And like I said, a lot of this I'll do more when I go to put it in whatever journal I put it in. But this will get me a good starting point. And that's what I like, because it makes it so much easier. And you guys know I am all about work smarter, not harder. Okay, so there's those. Now, do I want to round the corners of these or no? Oh, look what I done. I was thinking that was, guys, y'all did not see that. I thought that this top was sticking out above that burgundy one, and I thought it was that I didn't cut it off on the burgundy one, so I just cut the top off of another one. Oh well. I'm going to round some of them, I think. I know T-cards are not rounded, but I do like the rounded look. And it's my tag, so I can do it. You know what? I'm just going to round them all. We're going to be, as Edith says, we're going rogue. I just want them rounded. I should have done this when I cut them out, but it's okay. It's not taking up that much more time. All right, almost. That was awful. It's because I'm not cleaning it. All right, so let's ink these, and then we can start the assembly process. And this is all I do. Whenever I'm doing mass make, I will sit here and I'll just do this, and I can turn some tags and stuff out, And that's what I like to do, is I like to do it, all the inking at one time, all the cutting at one time. That's just how I do it. It just makes it easier for me. And everybody's different, and this may not be the best way for you. So if it's not, do it however, is easiest for you. That's the biggest thing. Now, do I want to put any kind of stamping on these like I did? Let's stamp a little bit on them. And they don't even, even if we glue over the stamping, that's perfectly fine. But we'll just put some stamps on some of these. Let's see, we'll do this one on maybe one or two. And I have yellow, black, blue, brown, mahogany. Let's just do something and be done with it. thinking too much, and that's when I get in trouble. So I'm just going to put it down. I don't care. And we'll just go ahead and put some here. You know, ain't no sense wasting that ink. Right? Right. All right. And what else do we want to do? Let's do one of these. And we'll do this in a blue, maybe. Oh, I just piled the blue on right there. Ooh. Oh, well. It's okay. Y'all see that end, how blue it is? All right, so we got that on there. What else do we want to put? Let's put a number. I wish I had my red in here, but I don't. So let's go with black for the number. All right, so I'm just gonna stamp it on there somewhere. And my stuff may cover my stamping up, and that's perfectly okay. You'll probably see a little bit of it out of the corner, and that's fine with me. And is that enough? That's enough stamping. Let's go ahead and get with the program and start getting stuff put down. So I can put all this stuff up for now. Put my inks out of the way, which I have ink-filled pocket right now because I took these and I put them in my pocket. But because I had them stacked in one big long thing, and I split them apart. Well, when I did, I didn't realize that I had the lid to one of them. And I just put one in one pocket, one stack in one pocket, one stack in the other. And yeah, it was an ink pad with no lid. And I have a white jacket on, as you guys can see. But it's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to cut this right now. I'm just going to glue it down because I can go back and cut it. So I'm just going to glue all of the ones down like this that I'm putting down. This is how I like to do it, assembly line. I like to do it all the same steps at one time. That don't look like I inked that one. Maybe I did. But it certainly don't look like it. But it's going to be okay because we can ink it up if we need to. And y'all look, that black ink is still wet because I had so much, or whatever, the blue when I done the number thing. Y'all know I'm going to have some kind of issue. It wouldn't be a session, video with me if we didn't have some sort of problem. Then I didn't stamp that one, I guess. Oh well, I guess we'll put something down on it and without it being stamped. I don't care. Because we just gonna get this stuff done. And that's what we're doing. So I will try to get this collection, the lace, this vintage ribbon, I will try to get this finished and in the shop this weekend. And I should be able to, if I can. The biggest thing, honestly, is just making my mind up that I want to, how I want to do the sizing of it. Because like I said, I've got it all scanned for, well, no, not all. I've got enough scanned for one collection for sure. But I'm just not sure. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it, so that's why. Okay, so now I got that. So now what I need to do is just kind of look and see what I want on each one. And so I'm just gonna see how I want it put. This thing can go with that one. This thing can go with that one. Okay, so now I just glue them down. And I'm just going to put it right over the stamp. It don't matter to me. I could have changed it up and put some on the other side so that they would be a little bit different, but I didn't. So I'm not stressing over it. I'm just putting it down. So I don't have any stamping. I'm going to put that one like that. Alright, we'll put this one right there, and I've just about covered all of the stamping up on that one. The one thing I did not do was I did not tear me out some book page pieces and ink it up. I knew I was supposed to be doing something else. Oh well. Okay, so there's that. Now, like on this one, I did put a small piece of book page behind it just so that the label didn't look so washed out. And I think I want to do that to these. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I need one more little piece. 6. Okay. And I probably have enough ink still on my brush that I can just do this. We're going to say that I do and hope that I do. And it looks like I do. Because this book page is not real old, so it don't have that much. It's still a little too white to... If it was the vintage book page, you know, really nice looking one, I would have probably just put it on there without inking it. But this one needed to be inked. Okay. So now what I need to do is figure out what labels I want to put on each one. So let's take a look. This pretty green one, where do I want to put it? I have this one. And we still got to put one there. Let's go with that one. Okay. So now I've got that, and so now I just need to see. All right, let's just start gluing stuff down. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna glue my little page down like that. And you guys can see it is not any kind of exact science when I am doing like a mass make. I just put it down. And that's the best way for me to do it, is just not think about it, just get it done, get it on the paper, get it on the tag. And normally I like it better when I do that, because if I start overthinking it, then I really don't like it when I'm done. And so you can see how quick this can go. Even with me running my mouth, it can go pretty quick. So imagine how many you could do if you weren't running your mouth like I am. And you could throw some of these things out. And these are so good to just have on hand for when you're doing something. It's so much easier to just be able to pull from your stash and just put it in there. And even though they all look the same, you can make them different as you go to put them into whatever journal you're going to put them in. Like if I'm putting one in a shabby chic journal, I could, you know, put some more lace on it. I could put a dangle, you know, with the little charm hanging from some of them. There's a lot that you can do to, even though they're all almost exactly the same, there's a lot that you can do that could make them all different for whenever you go to put them in your journals. So now I'm just trimming off that excess lace ribbon, whatever it is. And this one I got to trim some off the side because somebody didn't put it on there straight. I don't know who done that. But this is all I'm doing, just trimming it off. And then I probably will go ahead and put some of that sari silk or trim, whatever it was. I'll probably go ahead and put some of that in each one. I mean, I don't have to, but we may as well go ahead and do it. I mean, just like that, we have all of those done. All right, let's go ahead and poke our holes, and then we can put the lace in, and we can call these done. So I'm just using my crocodile and putting a hole in them. And again, you don't have to do this either. I just like the way it looks, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And then what did I do with it? That's going to be the next question. All right, I think this is just like some seam binding or something. And so I'm just gonna stick a little piece through, pull it through, and cut it. And I'll go back and tie them all once I get them all pulled through all of them. So just gonna stick it through. Maybe. Cut me a little piece. And on to the next one. Probably would have helped if I had done a bigger hole, but I didn't really want to do a bigger hole, so that's why it's taking me just a second to get it in there, because it's the little tiny hole, but I like it better. And so that's why I'll deal with it. All right, almost done. All I got to do is tie them. So this is how I do a lot of my stuff, not just for journals, but like anytime I'm having to do like a work or something, any type of stuff that I can do assembly line and have a process going, that's what I do. It just helps me out tremendously when I can. I don't know if it's because of the ADHD or I don't know. I ain't even going to try and act like I know, because I don't. But it's just, that's how I work. And so I'm just going to tie it just like that. Just tie it loosely. And you could put a charm on these. You could do anything like, excuse me, you could tie them where they have a loop instead. I'm just doing them this way because this is an easy way and I like how they look. And you can see it takes just a couple minutes. and we are done. That didn't take long at all, guys. And look what we have. So that's how I do my mass make tags. And I will try to remember to put the link in the description box below to both of the kits that are already in my Etsy, and I will be working on getting the other ones in my Etsy soon. And thank you all for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, your likes, your comments. Even if I don't respond, I promise I do read every single one, and I thank you all so much. You guys are truly the best, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.